You're listening to this episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a comment. It would greatly benefit the show. Because I was saving for this.
Okay. I like when you save it for this. That's what she said.
What?
She said, I like when you save it for this.
No, I don't think that works.
Yes. Because she's saying, oh, you could have talked.
He's right. That does work.
No, it
It's
doesn't.
a pretty smooth one. Yeah. That one's pretty smooth.
Welcome to Movie Baiters with the Farx brothers. I'm Kyle.
I'm Kirk.
And we're here with entrepreneur and filmmaker Michael Williams. Isn't it better when I introduce the show?
Yeah, you'll do it for the rest of the season or whatever
Season? Season? We just keep going until we stop. It's like him being an entrepreneur. As you'll find out in the interview segment. I'm going to stop that voice. We all hated this movie, right?
Yeah, I didn't hate it. I just didn't find it.
It was well made. It was well acted. You were interested in the subject matter. Even I got interested and was engaged. I would recommend this movie to no one. And even people that like the Safdie brothers and people that like MMA, because it's like.
Wait, you didn't even say the name of the movie. This is about
here.
Smashing Machine.
Yes,
non-spoilers.
Smashing Machine.
Yeah.
Non-spoilers. Thank you, sir. So we're not going to spoil this segment. We will try to find ways to debate the movie. Tell us a little bit about your relationship to UFC. You knew who Mark Kerr was.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I just know his brother Nick.
Yeah, man. I've watched mixed martial arts for so long. Oh my goodness. Oh my heavens. Since
Did
I
you watch
was a
Spike
young...
TV?
Yeah, dude. That's what I'm trying to say, dude. I watched it forever. Yeah, man. My dad was like a big Mark Kerr fan, Mark Coleman fan. What can I say, dude? That, you know, in the no, I almost.
How young were you when you first saw it?
Let's go.
This movie takes place in '97 to 2000.
Probably like 7 or 8, honestly, like real young, like before junior high, 100% in elementary.
So after this movie takes place, but before Mark Kerr retired.
Oh yeah. Because he retired in like 2009, I believe.
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
it says it at the end of the movie.
Spoiler. I'm gonna act like I knew that.
Facts you can look up.
Can we act like I knew that just from like knowing the sport?
If anything, really this part will sell them.
That'll be so clean. So yeah, I've always been a big fan of what it is, like just the participation of other disciplines and trying to see which kind of come out on top. Like I said, I'm competitive. And yeah, I think that with boxing, there's like the intrigue of, my dad would tell us a story where presidents, kings, if Mike Tyson walks in a room, who are they looking at? They're looking at Mike Tyson, and that's like the truth, honestly. And so
covering my ears.
And so I think that's always been interesting to me. And so yeah, I was gonna bring
martial arts replaced boxing because of the UFC.
Basically,
Boxing's still happening.
Boxing is happening, but it's like going to the theater or something.
Yeah.
It's like people who practice theater are cute, but it's, when's the last theater show you saw? What's the last theater show?
Theater play?
Play. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know, years ago, I was going to say, yeah.
And my point is that if people were going to watch
oh, wait, I did see
sport,
one over this summer. I forget the name of it, though.
We loved your performances.
Yeah.
You were all very good. The name of the play was...
Stop Kiss.
So put that in the post.
I also did this.
That helps. Where I'm going with this is that while I like boxing, I appreciate the gentlemanly sport of boxing. Mixed martial arts kind of makes it like, nah, man, I can have boxing, I can have wrestling, I can have karate, and
can I be
jiu-jitsu.
honest? I never thought I would box.
Well, because of mixed martial arts?
I honestly, prior to boxing, this past like year and a half, martial art, like, we are limited in what you and I do in that boxing gym.
Well, yeah,
we are so limited.
We don't spin around and kick.
Yeah, and I just know that. It's like a deer who just never learns how to walk. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, it's just like they never fully learn how to use their body. Honestly, it's like it's just using this, and we do part of it with the footwork and trying to But that's what's interesting to me is like there's levels to it, and you find it in boxing. Like I can have this sort of movement pattern, but then if I change it up here, it can be it's like a door opens, you know. And that's what was interesting to me about MMA early on. It was something for my family to get together with. My family was a bit tumultuous, so like actually being together and watching something and like being excited, like oh my God, John Jones was rising through the ranks of the UFC.
Yeah.
Like that was real awesome for my family to kind of get together and watch. And then as my brother started to age, my younger brother, he would always kind of take the position of like, we always joke that he hates greatness. Like he just doesn't like greatness. And so, and John Jones, for those who may be familiar with UFC, is like the only one who basically survived my brother's hatred. Like the Conor McGregor's ended up, like he ended up losing. The the Anderson Silva's ended up losing. But every time John Jones would go out there, and me and my little brother would be sitting next to each other, like John Jones would win, and I'd get to look at him and be like, "See, this is great, boy. Sit in your place, young boy. This is the real man." So, I love UFC. It's great.
Okay. I'm not as familiar with UFC.
John Jones is the youngest UFC champion of all time. He won the belt at like 21. He's like 38, and he's still the champion.
Yeah, he's still doing it.
He's never lost. He beat 4 generations of fighters at light heavyweight, and then moved up recently to heavyweight and won the belt there. Yeah, and so he might fight. Oh no, I was gonna say maybe he fights at the White House next year. You know, they're doing the White House card.
Oh yeah, they're doing it on the president's birthday instead of on the 4th of July.
Yeah.
You hear about that?
I heard about it. I didn't think he was. I didn't think he was on the card. I thought it was somebody else.
Oh,
like
you're following
one of the polls.
Yeah, that's why I kind of softened that. He would like to be on the card.
Do you think the president watched this movie? Like the president knows who The Rock is. Clearly.
I don't know.
No, the president.
Bro, probably.
I know who The Rock
dude,
is.
he was on. You gotta think this dude's been on crazy flights. How many planes this guy been on in the last week? My little brother's telling me this guy's been all over the world. I feel like if he ain't watching some movies, bro, what's this guy doing?
You know what I mean? Because the president is traveling to Israel and other countries like Egypt.
It's a long flight, bro.
Yeah, I think he has other things to do on the plane, though.
Darren, what should I be watching?
You ain't got 2 minutes to watch a movie, bro? That guy's stressed up. He's 90, bro.
This
Give
movie
man
would
a
depress
break,
him.
bro.
That
is true, bro.
Like
that is true. I just didn't understand what were they doing. Like not to like
with the movie.
Okay, so are you familiar with the Safdie brothers? Have you seen Good Time with Robert Pattinson?
I have.
Okay, and you've seen Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler?
I have seen that.
Okay, so you are somewhat familiar with these guys are kind of like the next Coen brothers.
Okay.
But their big thing is they shoot from across the street with like a 200mm lens, and they get tight on people, but then all the background is smushed and shaky. Yeah. So that's kind of their style, and it makes you unnerved. This movie made me unnerved.
Yeah.
Throughout.
Yeah.
Throughout, I was.
I really respect. I mean, I don't think it's a spoiler to say I respect the depths they went into to recreate the moments, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like they went extreme depths to like attempt to try to like make it feel like oh my God, is it 2025 or 1997 or whatever, you know what I mean? Like they, and I definitely, I respect that. But my God, is The Rock unlucky, bro? Like as much as that guy is, attempting to like, I think not be a superhero, actor or like a action hero, basically. My God, the gods are not in his favor.
You just stick to being superhero-ish?
I don't even think that. I just think I honestly just think, I want to lead off how you guys do it, because I don't know what to say. I don't want to make it seem like...
Christopher Nolan said it was the most vulnerable performance of the year. You won't find a more vulnerable performance than DJ gave as Mark Kirk.
DJ?
They all call him DJ.
Who made this movie? He made Interstellar, dude. That's sick to say. That guy's got real knowledge of movies. He said that?
Christopher Nolan interviewed
that is sick.
The director, Benny Safdie, because Benny Safdie was in his movie Oppenheimer and was recruiting Emily Blunt while on the set of that movie. And that's the only thing that makes sense about her in this movie to me, is that somehow she's like, yeah, I want to be in a Safdie brothers movie. And I've seen Uncut Gems and Good Time. And all those although those are stressful, they are exciting thrillers.
Yeah.
This is like, hey, are you ready to be real sad?
Yeah, dude. I just felt like, oh man, I don't mean to say it again, but what is going on in these fucking writing rooms? I don't mean to be rude.
Well, what was the
Well,
issue?
dude, there's like no. I gotta be honest. I felt like, all right, I'll just say it, dude. These guys are fucking showing a whole lot of nothing, bro. They're showing like, I felt like scene to scene. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I know this guy's life, and I didn't even realize what they were doing with the time periods. And I'm not a slow guy, not to be like, I'm like, oh wait, okay, now I get what they're doing. Like I didn't even understand. Not to be rude, I just think that like it felt a little bit like they were attempting to make a pretty big, like they were putting a big emphasis on. They were hoping the moments were just, and like what we were seeing, what my eyes were literally seeing, was gonna carry me. You know what I mean? And it was like, and then like the actual talking would happen. And you're like, what the fuck? Bro, no, I'm not trying to be mean. I'm like, I don't feel like there's, like I felt like Emily Blunt. What is this chick doing in this film?
Yeah, we will save her arc for the spoilers because I would really like to discuss the 3/4 of the way and then where it ends and then what we're told about. Like, it's a real person you can read up on.
Yeah.
But when Joe Rogan opens the interview with Mark Kerr going, hey, so the mother of your child, a real crazy bitch in that movie. It's like, whoa, this is not like, I would call it a writing problem. I kind of agree with you. This is a show where we're supposed to disagree. I think Emily Blunt, clearly a great actress, very, like, there's nothing about it I didn't believe, except for the, so I have not verified this information, but we'll throw Movie Man T under the bus. Supposedly, the upstairs had some remodeling for the sake of the movie.
Well, you just be blunt about it. Don't be
You be blunt about it. You be blunt about it.
Apparently, you said tits were fake in the movie. Yeah, what?
Apparently, she had like they didn't like do surgery, but they did something to
some kind of
Who cares? Why does that matter in the movie? And a lot of this movie doesn't matter in the bigger picture.
Why did they do it? Business. Or at least perceived business. Which I will use as a pivot to talk about some of the discussions of business around the UFC I was very interested in.
Yeah.
And they're like hinted at. Yeah. So I guess I'll try to counter argue you by saying like, you know how the scene about business in Japan, that's not spoilers, it somehow is, you know that's the point of the movie based on where Mark Kerr is now, and that, like, I didn't know Mark Kerr before this. I know John Jones. I know Conor McGregor. I don't really follow fighting that closely. Yeah. I was only interested in Conor McGregor when he boxed
Floyd,
Mayweather. And, you know, that's... not to say anything of my experiences with UFC, and I'm curious for yours, were like, this is something that was on like Spike TV, so it was like already, I shouldn't watch this when my mom's around. Yeah. So I had the opposite experience of you, which it sounds cool, just to be clear. Yeah. A little jealous of that. And then like when my friends in college and high school weren't really into it, but then corporate life, like I remember going to a bar in downtown Minneapolis where the women were scantily clad, and we were there to see a UFC event. Yeah. Where I think it was one of the guys from the Expendables, or Couture.
Yeah, Randy Couture.
Randy Couture. Yeah, he got a huge blood thing on his head, and it had eventually be cut halfway through so that it could bleed out, and then you know, cool to watch at a bar with the. We weren't at the event, so we didn't have ring girls, but they had, however, the people who chose to work there and were advised to present themselves. Yeah. So to me, there's a little bit of that, and part of this movie's problem is it's trying to appeal to an art house crowd, and it's a very art house movie. It has a very art house sensibility. Yes. But it could be it's like being sold as a sports movie. Yeah. And like, agreed. You're an MMA fan.
It's like an identity crisis it's having. Literally, that is a great point to say. I never supposed to be debating each other, but I just felt like that. I felt like emphasis was placed on the hardware of making the movie and not like what the movie actually is. Like,
Oh, sorry.
go ahead.
What's a fighting movie you do like?
Oh man, Never Back Down jumps up right away. Or Ong Bak, let's go back, dude. The old Ong Bak.
Pretty hardcore,
Want to
yeah.
talk about fighting movies, dude? Ong Bak 1
Well, we're
and 2.
talking fighting movies or like boxing competition
I would
movies.
take Never Back
Yeah.
Down because it's like, okay, let's take the fighting formula and put it in a high school,
Mm.
basically.
Yeah.
So like, okay, and
You know Ong Bak?
Ong Bak I love, but he's like, isn't he fighting to get his? I don't want to confuse it with the Protector, where he's fighting to get back his elephants.
Yeah.
In Ong Bak, he's fighting to get something back. I just remember where he goes up the tower and he's like fighting guys the whole way. You've seen it, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna watch Ong Bak.
Dude,
I wish I'd rewatched all three Ong Baks instead of
Instead of
fucking the Smash.
Smash
Dude.
I'm not sorry I saw it. I enjoyed watching the movie to get to discuss it. To
Yeah.
be like, sometimes the audience is right to not show up to a movie because it's sad and it's not fun.
Well, you know what my dad kind of reminded me? I was like, damn, it's crazy that it wasn't that good because, like, I really honestly thought it was going to be. And my dad was like, well, The Rock really wanted to make it. And
Yeah.
He really wanted to make it. And you know he's got a lot of money. And I literally was like, oh, that makes sense why I kind of like, obviously the marketing on it's S plus tier then. You know what I mean? Like, he really felt passion behind it. So, of course, like my initial thought was like, oh, this is going to be a pretty good movie. Because, like, they basically marketed that into my brain.
Did you see the documentary from 2002?
So I actually haven't. And I think that, just by what I've read, is probably 10 times better.
Okay.
Just because of what have you seen it?
I've only seen the trailer.
So
'cause
what
it's
I've
not
heard,
streaming.
yeah, it's almost impossible to find. Like, I got to try to dig a little more. But apparently, like, they catch, and I need to see it, because apparently they catch Mark Kerr basically, I don't want to misspeak, but they catch him the fight before he overdoses.
Yeah.
Which was a rumor in, like, the MMA world. Like, that wasn't really even known, because that was kind of like, that's why in the movie, that's why, but that just wasn't a known thing, you know?
Yeah, the people
So,
were, and he
on
breaks
pills
down
back
in-
then, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, trying not to spoil the movie just made me literally lose my train of thought so bad, bro. I took the train and literally just crashed it into a wall.
Nice,
so I didn't
off the
spoil
rails.
What
It
was I
sounds
saying?
better to you, the documentary, because it's
Oh,
authentic
yes.
and it's real versus
Yeah,
The Rock
and it-
pretending to be somebody.
Well, and it started, I guess, as him, you know, they were just trying to show him, like, doing something incredible, which I believe it was either winning in Pride or the last 2 UFC fights. I cannot remember where they picked him up at.
Sure.
But then it turned into the, like, opiate, like, situation. And so, and you see that through the documentary. And so that is very interesting. You know what I mean? I just think that, you know, again, it makes sense with what you're saying about how they film it, because to be honest with you, I feel like the movie was like just like a painting of, like, there was no detail, there was nothing like under the sheets to, like, you know what I mean? You could have,
Surface level?
yeah.
I see, but and this is a counter that I don't agree with. I'm going to make this counter.
Are you making a devil's advocate?
I'm in a devil advocate. I'm the advocate. I put my fingers in the air for people listening to the audio.
We'll prefer you watch it, please.
Yeah, please. Do we really care? We'll find whichever one makes us more money. So Mark Kerr, at least according to the epistemology he gave to the one Joe Rogan, said that they were going into, like, such minute detail about, like, hey, we need to see, like, jewelry you had at the time. Can you send it to us? And then they'd recreate it.
Wait, you talking about the doc or the movie?
No, the movie.
Like, for the movie.
Wow.
They did all this.
I didn't notice any.
Yeah, they could have left that
super
shit. They could have left
detail
the
in the
rings
movie,
and
yeah.
necklaces and the fucking.
and like the way his house looked at the time, and because there's, you know, both the documentary reference and then it's not that long ago that we couldn't reference things, look at pictures, and create verisimilitude to reality, even though it is unreality because it is a movie.
Yeah.
On that, can we debate if The Rock looks weird? I think The Rock looks
Yeah,
super
he
weird,
looks
and it's
super weird.
okay, so we all agree on this?
Yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah.
Rock looks weird and it's unsettling?
It's unsettling.
I
is
don't
a
know why
great
he had to
word.
look like that. Because even Mark Kerr doesn't
Well,
look
even
like
what
that.
is going on, dude? Like, that's just the thought.
What
I
was that
have.
makeup choice? Yeah.
Well,
prosthetics.
Okay, so now I've got to play the devil's advocate
Again?
I think the prosthetics work is great because it doesn't. I see The Rock in there because I can't not see him from all of the other movies with The Rock.
Yeah.
But I'll use my father as one of his arguments is like, I don't like Tom Cruise because when I watch him in a movie, he's never not Tom Cruise to me.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the makeup they put on him. Doesn't matter. Like, he's not an actor. He can't disappear like Johnny Depp to my father. I'm not saying he's correct. I'm making his argument. I think The Rock, he doesn't. There's something about, even though the way he's changing his voice, the makeup effect, which he had a lot of hand in as a producer on the movie, and he put on 35 pounds of muscle. In addition to what he already had to look more like Mark Kerr.
Yeah.
And it's still, it's just.
I understand him wanting to look like a freight house. You know what I mean? Look like the size of a semi truck. I just think, dude, that the dude can't move, man. And The Rock. Don't get me wrong, Mark Kerr wasn't like a movement genius.
He's a wrestler. He was.
But yes, and you are correct on that. He's shooting single legs, shooting double legs, and I just think
What does that mean?
Shooting a single leg takedown.
Where you grab one of the legs?
You grab one leg.
Okay.
You can do a couple different things from that. High crotch, run the pipe, double leg.
Did you wrestle?
Dude. I watched this. No, no, but I.
You were a basketball player.
Yeah, I'm a basketball player. But I should have been going home and watching how to play basketball. I was watching how to fight people. And
Nice.
So I should have just went and box or something.
Split the difference, play hockey.
Yeah, right.
You're in Minnesota.
Yeah, right. Man, I think, where were we at? What were we even saying?
We loved this movie. Everything The Rock did was correct. Yeah. He looks perfect. We're talking about how he looks. And I'll count. I'll go on the other side again. He got down the walk. That's what people would always say about John Travolta. He got down the walk?
What do you mean?
The way Mark Kerr walks. He walks and he took on the physical characteristics of the gentleman. Yeah. He looks like him from everything I can tell, although now I see pictures and it's like, guy honestly looked like a young Rock.
Yeah.
So you didn't need all that stuff?
Well, no, because The Rock is too old to play the character he's playing.
Oh.
The Rock is 50 and he's playing someone who's in their late 20s, early 30s. Yeah. So there's also, it's I can't remember. I think it was Kevin Spacey played Bobby Darin when he was 50. Kevin Spacey was 50, and Bobby Darin didn't live past his 30s. So it's no, you don't look like.
Yeah.
I mean, the health and the things and the peptides and the surgeries and the, stem cells from unborn babies or whatever. I'm sure there's stuff, but.
Or as Canelo calls it, Mexican hamburgers, is what he says it is.
What does he mean? He means stem cells, right?
He basically means growth hormone is basically what he's covering up. Bro. That's what these people are covering up.
Where's the line between a PED and an HGH?
Oh, dude, I'm not a doctor. We are in doctor land.
Performance-enhancing drugs.
No, I know, but to answer that technical.
No, HGH isn't it HRT or something? Hormone replacement therapy?
Okay, well, I think that can be a form of growth. Yeah, I know that's a thing. And I guess PEDs are just pharmaceuticals that make you not hurt as much and still able to go.
Yeah.
So meth.
Basically.
Yeah.
Crack.
Sure.
Crack. If
you can still fight, yeah, sure.
Yeah, bro, for real.
I mean, well, there's the...
You see, we both think about that scene?
We're thinking about a scene where someone references what drugs are like.
Yeah.
And, I don't know, you've been injured before, right?
Yeah.
You've been on drugs?
Yeah.
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 You've been injured before, right? You've been on drugs.
Not injured so horribly that I needed drugs for the pain.
Oh, man. Yeah. I ruptured my Achilles trying to not accept an award. Or accepting an award but not wanting to be in a picture with somebody, as you know.
Right.
And, it's a story. And I took the drugs. And I think I was on fentanyl for the surgery.
Wow.
Yeah,
bro.
I believe I was on.
They didn't even.
I came out talking about The Purge, whatever the fifth one is.
Yeah.
And because I'd watched it the night before, and I'm like telling the nurse who's like making sure I'm not like too whacked out coming out of surgery. And I'm like just going into detail.
Yeah, you're like contemplating if it's worth it to do it. You're like, this
No.
is really good, actually.
No,
it's a
I
good
just-
policy.
The Forever Purge is like my top second. It's like the top 2 or 3 Purge movies.
Yeah.
There's only 5 plus 2 seasons of a TV show. So.
For real. Hey, dude, I love the
What?
Purge.
It's in the mid
I'm great
to
for it.
upper range. Which rank the Purge movies for?
Yeah.
Because you can watch a Purge movie instead of the Smashing Machine. You should
Yeah.
watch Unblock. Sorry.
Yeah, for
Rank
real.
so I'm going to ask him to rank Purge movies top 3,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to come to you and ask you about your relationship with the UFC.
Oh, which
Right.
one's the one with the Hispanic people?
That's Forever Purge.
Never
I like
seen
that
any of
one.
them.
Yeah.
You haven't seen The Purge, bro?
No.
Dude, we're watching all 5 sometimes.
Bro, if
Oh,
the,
my
if the
marathon.
sirens break off, you're fucked. I'm just going to say, you don't even know what the sirens are, for one.
No.
Like, and there's going to be people out here going crazy as fuck. Cause
Was
they
just
know.
one night, isn't it?
bro, that's, you hope. You hope there's one night. The way these movies go, these movies are crazy as hell, bro. This, and I got to be honest with you. I might be a 2-dayer kind of purger. I mean,
You mean even
might
ends?
blink to a second. Like, shit, bro. Not looking? No, I'm joking. No, I think Purge one's lit, though. I like the first
No.
one.
Mm.
First one's my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, I
The
like the first
original?
one. I like Ethan Hawke, dude.
He's
I like
made
that
so
guy.
much money off of Blumhouse movies.
Dude, I love that guy.
He's
Training Day? Not to be not talking about shitty smashing machines, but Training Day is
I
incredible.
don't think it's bad. So I want to argue this
I
out.
also said that. I didn't think it was bad.
It's made
that
well.
bad. Yeah.
Like I can see what Benny was going for, and I see why The Rock wanted to make this movie to try and like, look, I'm sensitive. But like none of those, and I still have no idea why Emily Blunt did this movie other than I want to be in a Safdie brothers movie. Oh,
Or
it's a
money.
half Safdie?
Yeah.
What?
She's doing it for the money. I mean, I'm sure
They're not
she's
making
paid.
well,
They're not making a lot, but she's a big star. They're
Do
probably
you
gonna pay
believe
her.
they spent $50 million on this movie? And like, what would it even look like?
I thought they. Oh wait, I'm confusing of other movies today because I saw. To be completely off topic, but
It's a podcast.
no, what was it like?
It's a late night show.
Minecraft and one battle after another had the same amount of money
Spent?
yeah, and now one battle after another isn't making that much money either.
That's Hollywood math on like
Yeah, well,
here's
that's
what
crazy.
we supposedly spent on this movie, and there's games like what this young entrepreneur could tell us about,
Yeah.
where they're going, well, we got the tax incentive this year of production, but we can take a write down on this by not releasing this movie this year versus releasing that movie this year, because they did that with Pixar movies in the past few years.
When I learned that they literally just trash whole products,
Yeah,
like
it's
actors
crazy.
get paid millions of dollars, and it's just never seen. It's in a vault and it'll never be released. That is shocking.
Batgirl.
It's
Yeah.
worse than that. There's always been pay to play. So like The Rock is a big enough actor that he could get pay or play, where they're making the movie, but if they don't make the movie, he gets so many millions of dollars.
That's
Because
amazing.
hey, I will sign on to make this movie in this window of time for
Yeah.
this amount of money, because the Rock can sell a movie around the world. The Smashing Machine will go around the world.
Yeah.
And okay, maybe I'll make a counter argument to what I've been doing this whole time for them.
All right.
Is that the movie has the same how do you say, message, one could say, as the documentary. And like Mark Kerr's what do you call it, motivation for releasing the documentary, because he had final cut over whether or not his addiction issues would be brought to bear in front of the world, and he decided to do it so that other people who might become worse addicts may see it and pull themselves out. And he has experienced in his life that there's been people who were able to see his story, and so maybe that's good for The Rock, who's an international movie ambassador, to take that message around the world to help mostly men, let's be honest, understand that addiction's bad, and like Mark Kerr is this like sensitive guy who can't deal with the things in his life as directly as he can, trying to take the will of another person in the ring through his own will.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something good to that, and The Rock being sensitive. I don't. I think like a lot of people will just see it as like that's so lame.
Well, I didn't see that in the movie at all. I don't think he was sensitive
enough
at all. Yeah.
You didn't think he was sensitive enough?
No, I don't think he was. I think he was. So who can't? Listen, he's sensitive.
Cry on camera right now.
And let it slow zoom on you.
I'm not an actor, so I don't need to do that. But like,
you've gotten nominated for more acting awards than I have.
Yeah, that's true. All right. What you were saying, Michael?
I just think, I think that he was sensitive a bit. You know, I think that they did there was a whole lot of times where they were doing the far away, pan in, I'm a big guy and I'm sad. You know, like they did that a whole bunch, you know, like I get it, you know.
Level.
But hear me out. I think this movie would have hit better 5 to like 8 years ago.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think where we're at today, we're good on this shit. Like not to say, I think that.
Oh, because of COVID?
I think no, not even. I just think that the messaging
COVID
of
was
like
5 years ago.
the messaging of like the one. And as you were saying this was the biggest thing I was thinking in my head, and that's why I think the messaging around opiate addiction has been...
We got it.
We got it.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say that anymore.
Right,
that's how I felt going into this movie.
Yeah.
And that's how I felt as soon as the topic was introduced.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I know.
And
drugs bad. Yeah. Dare. Got it.
Yeah. And so I really think like 5 to 8 years ago, this probably would have been a smashing machine. Like it probably would have hit because that message was like less kind of like, you know, at the forefront or like our heads. But now like you think opiates and you think like, not to be fucked up, but like fentanyl, homeless people. You know what I mean? Like there's like, all right, we get it, bro. So I think that's kind of something they're dealing with too, you know? And then like you say, maybe a lot of people really struggle with seeing The Rock and he's The Rock. Like that's probably a big thing that maybe just isn't, that's like The Rock doesn't want to acknowledge and people in Hollywood don't want to really acknowledge. But like my grandparents aren't here, but like maybe the grandmas and the uncles or like and the aunts are like, that's The Rock, what the fuck? You know, is he in Jumanji 8? You know what I mean? Like they're looking for him to be in that. You know, they're not really looking for him to be in something like this. So I think that might
Jumanji 4
be...
better come out because Jumanji 3 left off on a cliffhanger.
You know, I seen an interview with him today where he was basically in the same costume for like 5 movies.
Yeah, in a jungle somewhere.
Yeah, the safari outfit.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like that is great, bro.
And
that's wild.
I'm just gonna bring this up because you can. It's probably in the promo images for when he shaves his head in the movie. He looks like The Rock.
Yeah.
Even with the
what was that?
prosthetics and stuff.
Oh yeah, I didn't understand. To be honest, when he shaved his head and just had I was like, what are we doing here?
Well, it's a look that he had.
Haven't I said that a lot? I was like,
Yeah,
bro,
what
what
are
is
we
going
doing
on here, bro? Like, this is a ridiculous situation.
I was really looking forward to this movie because I really like the director and I've liked a lot of things he's done. I thought it was interesting that Emily Blunt, after being in a Jungle Cruise movie with The Rock, wanted to be in another movie with him that would be a very different dynamic.
Yeah.
I
was more impressed with how they shot it than what they were shooting. Me personally was more interested in but I also have to say, filmmakers got like 2 more movies to get on TikTok and Twitter and be like, we use this fucking old school 30mm XXX before people do not give a fuck. Well, they got like 2 more times of that. It's been like 9 movies in a row. And I'm saying that, my wife, if she was sitting here today, she would tell you, I told my wife like 3 years ago, if they're gonna get asses in the theaters, they gotta get cameras that I can't buy. They gotta go back and they gotta use shit that actually has an interest.
Did you see that one?
That's why I'm pointing. Okay. I love him. So, but what did them and about 9 other movies that released this year got on a Twitter video and explained their very spectacular, unique film and how it hasn't been scaled from X and X and X, and it's to like bring what I was telling my wife, asses back to the sea, you know, like some uniqueness to the screen.
Yeah.
But I think The Smashing Machine is a perfect example of hardware doesn't make the subject of the movie, and you can be shooting on all this cool shit and all this different stuff.
Well, they were using 16mm though, so they're shooting on film.
The actual film reel, right?
Yeah, they're shooting on actual film, and like that's cool. It's very expensive and hard to, process all that. And
I think, again, I told my wife, like I said, playing devil's advocate immediately, My wife, I told her, they're going to get us back, they got to do this. So, like, I'm even kind of being like I'm kind of shitting on my own. But at a certain point, I was like, okay, don't be so forward going. Like, how about let the fucking movie be good? And then I'm like, wow.
That's the other challenge.
This is also looks good. Like Sinners.
Sure.
It's not, Ryan, what's his name? Coogler?
Ryan Coogler.
He's cool for one, but like the movie's actually solid, And then you hear him go, oh wow, he does a 9-minute video about how he filmed the movie. You're like, holy shit, okay, this is interesting. Because like, he's interesting. What he's talking about is kind of cool, but then the movie is actually good. It's not just like a snooze fest. So I think that...
Well, how much did Sinners make? Because
it almost got up to 400 million. Well, it did very well in the United States. There's questions around how it was released internationally because movies that deal with the black experience in the United States don't travel as well outside the United States because why would Belgium be steeped in American slavery?
Do you mean they're not worried about U.S. like history?
Well, I mean, we have some, prominence around the world for like what we are and what we've done, but like not all of our culture is traveling as much as it used to. And because we're not in the unipolar moment anymore, where the United States is specifically and only dominant because World War II crashed the economy of Europe and Asia hadn't risen up yet. Basically.
Isn't there a lot of like interesting things that happen just with releasing movies internationally as well? Like, a
little bit.
Not that we know specifically because we've never released a movie internationally, but we know people who work on that. Yeah.
I mean, like even Star Wars that was released internationally, they had the posters. They removed the black guy or Finn from the poster.
Well, and they took out the gay kiss from the 9th one in China.
Like they do some interesting stuff to make sure that they can,
Well, there was a horror movie that came out this year called Together, where in a flashback, some folks are shown to be homosexuals, and they do not like that in China. So they AI'd one of the people to be a woman, which is more fucked up in several ways, because like they're not the people they're replacing, like, oh, you can't be homosexuals in China or whatever their logic is. Sorry, Xi, you look like Winnie the Pooh. Can't go to China now.
Whoa, we could have a big market in China. Come
on. Bro.
I can't remember what our China numbers are, but...
China numbers, all right.
That's what you can't call them China numbers?
No, the way you said it just sounds weird.
Oh, yeah. I say, like the president, China. There's another word that both the correct way to say it and the incorrect way to say it are all in tone, but I'm not going to tell you which one that word is. You'll guess it. What is your relationship with the UFC? Can we end on that so we can get into spoilers and just go nuts?
I kind of grew up with it.
You did?
Yeah, my brothers watched it a
I'm
bunch.
the odd man out here.
Yeah, I know George St. Pierre for sure. Yeah. He was pretty big during that time.
GSP?
Yeah, GSP.
Isn't he in Captain America?
Yeah, Captain America movies. Yeah, I mean,
I'm a nerd.
I grew up on it a little bit. I wasn't too much into it. I was mostly watching it from the side, just hanging out with my brothers. You didn't like the men
grappling each other as much?
No, I just never found it interesting. How, like this mixed martial arts, there's so much technical stuff you have to know, and I feel like I didn't know enough about it to
Let me tell you something.
What points
the drunk people at a bar I was at, the couple of times I watched UFC with like people who cared, it didn't seem like everyone knew a lot about it.
Yeah, but I think it's a lot more interesting when you know. Like when you're watching basketball, there's a certain kind of rhythm that the players have that you watch for. Like he's passing the ball. There's strategy in it. And there's strategy in UFC. I just don't want to see like two guys fighting like hand to fist all the time. There's some strategy there that you should pay attention to. You want to see
foot to fist sometimes?
Yeah, and ass to face. Yeah.
Ass to face.
I don't know. That's
No, say it.
Call that the north-south position.
Yeah. It's a great place to end it. That's hard run to spoilers.
The start of a human centipede. Almost got you.
Oh. It's a different kind of UFC.
Thank you for listening. For more JK Productions, find us on Instagram at JK Productions Team and on Facebook, JK Productions MN.